Hello. Just over 3 months ago I sowed some carrots in a converted 10-inch water bucket just like this. This particular water bucket has already delivered this year. It's delivered some early potatoes, and this is the soil. I've simply popped it back in the bucket for storage, and later on in the year when we start cutting the grass and the autumn leaves fall and I can get some seaweed, we'll put a chop and drop on top of this and it'll go on a stack of other buckets that I have with used soil in, and we're going to recycle it and use it again next year. We've done it for a number of years now and it works, so that's what we're going to do. So if you're lifting early potatoes, vegetables, put the soil back in the bucket, keeps it tidy, and you can reinvigorate it at the end of the year. Okay, so how did we do that? How did we sow those carrot seeds? Well, let me show you. I simply took a piece of old mesh from the garden and trimmed it so that it sat on top of the soil like that. Carrot seeds are normally sown about 1/4 of an inch down, something like that. So what I did was I put some water in a bottle top and I used a matchstick, a wet matchstick, and I sowed those seeds individually, and I used the grid pattern just to give me some equal spacing. Okay, so when I take the grid pattern off, I can see all the seeds and I can see they're equally spaced, and if they're not equally spaced I can move them, can't I? And then what do we do? We'll get some more soil and we'll simply do that on top of the carrot seeds. Okay. We level it out and all the carrot seeds are in at the same depth. The soil in the pot would already be moist. I would have sprayed that with water. This soil would be moist and I would spray it again. And I wouldn't water this pot with a watering can or a hose or anything rough. I'd simply use a spray until those seedlings got a little bit of height about them and some root on them. Otherwise you just wash all the seeds to one side of the pot, you wash them out. Okay, now when I bring this pot into the shot, and we're going to harvest these carrots today, I hope you'll notice that the carrots are well spaced. The carrot is a carrot called Trevor. It was a pelleted seed, and from recollection Trevor grows to about 4 to 5 inches in length. These modified 10-inch water buckets are deep enough for these carrots. They're not a long carrot. Now the way I normally take these carrots from pots, I usually take the lot as a bunch and lift them all out. But before I put the pot in this barrow to do that, I'll hold it between my feet and I'll pull up on that bunch of carrots and I'll make sure it's loose. Then I'll bring it to the barrow and lift it out. That's the plan of attack. Let's hope it works. This is Trevor, and that's a seagull. Molly's about somewhere. Molly likes carrots, she won't be far away. Yeah, 3 months, and the carrot's called Trevor. Now, I'm hoping you can see that. I mean, this pot is by no stretch of the imagination full. You can see the space around these carrots. So these carrots should have been able to develop. Let me see if I can turn it this way. I'm not too sure if I'll manage this. If I can hold these leaves back. Can you see that? I hope you can. Right, so as I've already said, we've had these out once before, just before I brought it to the barrow, and now I'm going to hopefully lift them all out again. And we'll just see how much soil comes with these carrots. The root ball will give you a good indication of the length of the carrot. Oh! Well, there's quite a bit of soil left in that bucket. That looks to be about 5 or 6 inches, so I don't think the carrots are going to be any longer than that. So I'll just put that down there for the time being. It can stand. Keep an eye on that, Molly. Okay, we'll bump this soil off and see what we've got. Ho ho ho, come on. That's a carrot. Hold on, Mol. We've had a very dry spring and a dry early summer here in the UK. Well, if you're in the UK, you know. If you're not in the UK, you may know. But that's what we've been growing in. So, oh, well, that's something we didn't expect because we had loads of room in that pot, so we didn't expect any carrots that didn't quite, that sort of come misshapen like this, that had a few legs on, but put those to one side. We're still going to eat them, by the way. How's that looking? Do you know what I think I'll do? I think I'll go indoors, I'll run these over the tap, I'll bring them back out and we'll put them back in this barrel, let you have a look. We'll get dirty again, but they'll wash again, won't they? Right, come on, Mol, we'll go and give these a wash and we'll pop them back in this barrel. We've changed our mind, haven't we, Mol? Yeah? There's a new game plan. What we're going to do is, the soil that didn't come out of this bucket is going into this barrel now, like that. Actually, they're the carrot roots. The carrot roots actually did make the bottom of the pot, as you can see. All the roots got to the bottom, but the carrots didn't get there, did they? These are the hair-like roots that come off the bottom of the carrot. So yeah, they got to the bottom of the pot. What I'm going to do is just break it up, and that's because we want to retain those roots in this soil, because that'll make good food for anything that lives in the soil as it decomposes and breaks down. And what we're going to do, we're going to pop this back in that bucket, and that bucket is going to go on the rack with the other buckets. Okay, and it's going to overwinter with some chop and drop on it. Excuse me, Mol. That should be just enough, shouldn't it? Just enough. There's a further change to the plans. We're not going to wash the carrots indoors. We're going to wash them out here. Just give me a minute. This is a cut flower water bucket. It's still a cut flower water bucket because I haven't drilled any holes in the bottom of it, so it's holding water. And the water in this bucket is rainwater. And yesterday we had a lot of rain through the day. It was persistent, it wasn't heavy, but it rained all day. I've got about 10 of these guys filled with rainwater, so we're washing these carrots off in rainwater, and this water will be used to water my potatoes and onions and anything else that I've got growing in the garden. It won't be wasted. So I thought that was a better bet than taking them indoors and running off some clean drinking water to wash the carrots. I thought I'd wash them off in this, and then we'll recycle the water as well, won't we? We'll put it on the garden. Right, let's give these guys a go. Want to have a look at them? Okay, let's do this. How's that looking? Hey, how's that looking? That's a good bunch of carrots, isn't it? I mean, if you look at that, the size of that 10-inch water bucket, we've got all those carrots out of there. That's a good delivery, isn't it? Unfortunately, there's no small ones to give to Molly. There's none for you, Moll. No small ones, but hold on. What about these guys? They've got fingers and toes. Ha ha ha! They've got fingers and toes. Yes, they have. I think this is probably Molly's favourite veg, carrot, actually. Here, sweetheart. Is that nice? Right, you want one more? Right, one more. Okay. And then we'll wind this video up. So if I just pop this over here and we'll go through this story again. These carrots grown in this converted water bucket, my own soil. I've used this year on year. The soil's gone back in there, the carrots are going in the kitchen. That soil will be reinvigorated later on in the year. We'll put some chop and drop on that and it'll overwinter. It'll go through autumn and winter and until the spring of next year when we start all over again. Hey, how good is that? How good is that, Mo? Yeah, you enjoyed them, sweetheart, didn't you? Okay. So from me and Molly here at Home Grown Veg, this is Home Grown Veg, signing out. Come on, Mo, we'll have a brew. Come on, we'll go and have a cup of tea. You've had your carrot, I want a cup of tea. Come on.